Well, here we are on Sunday, November 9th, and we're having our first snow of the fall, or of the season. It's coming down pretty good. It's windy and it's cold, and I think it's going to get down to the 20s here in southwestern Indiana. But on the bright side, I've got some steaks on the grill. Some ribeyes with some barbecue sauce on them, so that's going to be my supper. Hey, good morning, everyone. That little skiff of snow that we had last night turned in to this morning, and it is snowing now, and you can see, I don't know that it's measurable, but we do have snow. So it's always fun doing chores on mornings like this. So after I get the morning chores done, it'll be a trip to the post office and get some fuel in my truck. Morning chore time. That's what's happening right now. I'm off to feed the bulls, and check out this crazy dog. How she does that and doesn't get dizzy, I'll never know. But it's an every morning occurrence when I go down here to feed bulls. And she does stop at the road. She will not go to the road. Okay, folks. RJ Equipment just rolled in with all this stuff. And thankfully, it's not all mine because I couldn't afford it. However, the reason why I'm doing this is because they had some of the best prices. This is out of Liberty, Kentucky. And I'm just told it's the gate capital.
Gate capital of the world.
Gate capital of the world. So I've got a bale feeder. I've got some 12-foot panels and some 12-foot panels with walk-through gates in them. So that's what I'm getting ready to unload. Well, to explain a little bit what our plan is, there's 4 of these 12-foot panels with a 4-foot walk-through in, and one of those will be going on the goat side of the barn that I'm setting up. So here's 2 12-foot panels, so it's 12 foot wide by 24 foot in length, and so that other 12-foot panel with the gate will go right here, which obviously I have to move this stuff out of the way, but it will go there, and so those goats will have this big pen, and then I've got some individual things that I can make for the kidding pens. So that's that deal. And then over here, which used to be my goats, this is going to be 3 calving pens. So that's where the other 3 panels will go. And they'll go in here, and I will have 3, possibly 4 places where I can calve cows out. And then I've got an outside pen that I can put at least 2 cows in. So that's going to help a bunch as I do this. So that's the plan. Well, I've been working in the barn all morning to get the new goat pens ready. And I know when I turn this camera around, it's not going to look like I've made much progress. But this is the mess in the middle of the barn that I have moved from this section of the barn, and you can see I've got most everything moved out. These tubs here are full of feed, so I can't move those yet. But anyway, making progress, but it's just slow and lots of things to burn and lots of stuff to go to the junkyard. Well, the next project is putting this bale feeder together that I came in new yesterday. So I've got the bolts temporarily in there, so I'll tighten them up with the drill. There's 3 bolts on each panel. All right, another project done. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is a Sunday morning, and it is a misty, rainy, 38-degree morning here in southwestern Indiana. And I should have done some of these chores yesterday, but I had a death in the family and needed to go to that, so by the time I got home I just decided to wait till this morning, which was a bad choice on my part, because it is as I said, it's kind of a cool, well, cool isn't a good description, it's a cold morning here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take 4 bales of hay to my cows in at the summer pasture, since the corn has not been harvested yet, where I can turn them into the corn stubble. And then the few that I have here at home, I need to put out 1 bale for them. So it's going to take a while to get some of this done. I'll turn the camera around so you can see where I'm going to get the hay. So this is driving through the winter pasture, and I'm just going to put this on time lapse for a second till I get the hay. And of course, the other thing I need to do is take the net wrap off. pain, but I can tell you that that net wrap preserves a lot of hay. Well, I've already brought 2 bales down to these cows at the summer pasture, and I'm bringing 2 more. Should get me till about Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And it's going to be another one of those weeks. On Wednesday, I have Indiana Beef Cattle Association, Indiana Beef Council bylaws and policy meeting for the year. Thursday, I work the feeder auction, along with having another meeting that morning at 9 o'clock, so that's an all-day deal on Thursday. So besides all the farming stuff, I get to be involved in other functions. You can see the cows off there to the left, and I'm going to put these 2 bales in a different spot. Well, I got to tell this kind of humorous story. Yesterday, a message pops up on Facebook Messenger, and this was a former female teacher that I'd actually hired when I was principal, and this is the part of the message that showed up. You only can see part of it unless you open it up, and it said, "I was about to fall asleep and I heard your voice in my room." And I'm thinking, what the heck are they talking about? So I opened up the rest of the message, and it went on to say that her husband apparently had never watched any of my YouTube videos, was watching one of my YouTube videos, and the volume was up where she could hear my voice, and he said, "Hey, this guy's from Spencer." So I don't guess he put 2 and 2 together that I was her former boss at one point in time. But anyway, that was kind of a funny story, and it makes you wonder sometimes. Hey, good evening, folks. It is a Thursday evening, and I'm headed down to Worthington, Indiana, to the White River Valley feeder auction. I did not film any of the work I did this morning up until about 2 o'clock when I was down there. You've seen all that before. I think there's 122 head in the sale tonight. I'm not sure whether that includes cows, calves, and everything. But anyway, this morning we were working calves and weighing them and getting them in their pens and sorting. And that is tonight I actually work the ring and take bids, so I would like to film some of that, but it's almost impossible for me to set the camera up and film what I do of an evening when the auctioneers auction them off and I'm taking bids. So that's a Thursday deal. I'll see what videos come out of Friday before I post my video for the week. So that's a little update on the week. And I will mention that yesterday I was in Indianapolis all day to our Indiana Beef Cattle Association policy meeting, and then our regular Indiana Beef Cattle Association meeting, followed by our Indiana Beef Council meeting, which I actually give a report on the Federation side as the Region 1 Vice President. That's pretty much an update. I'm not sure how clear this image is, but you can see that one of my trailer tires is flat and came off the rim because I was hauling a cow home that's either been stifled or she's got something in her foot. So I hauled her home and I'll check on her foot. And if I think it's in the foot, I'd treat her with Draxon, but I think I'll switch to New Floor. And then I lost, when I was taking this wheel off, it broke the cap off of this brake drum. So I'll see if the local trailer place has one of those and get it replaced. So it's been one of those mornings that was going really well and then just kind of turned to not so well. Well, that's a wrap on this week's video. It's been a busy week, especially the last few days. Close out the video. Got these replacement heifers up here, and then these two calves here on the end. These are August born calves, and they come up here and eat with the replacement heifers. Their mamas are down there in another feed bunk. We kind of separate them out. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share with your friends, get them to subscribe, and I get closer to my goal. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great weekend.